Hello, everyone. Little quick PSA. For one, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. The podcast for right now, the What a Time to Be Live podcast, this is the last episode for right now for the foreseeable future. Um, Aspen and I just can't get our schedules together right now, and it seems like every day something comes up, whether it's in my life or in his life. Um, so it's just really hard to sit down and record videos. And we've gotten to the point where we can't even sit down and record one video. So for right now, the podcast is on pause. I'm still doing gaming videos on my channel, and I'm gonna try and keep that consistent to, get something at least once a week. I'm really hoping that Aspen and I can continue these podcasts in the future. Um, but for right now, podcast, for right now, episode 10 will have to wait till another day. Sorry to everyone who watches this channel mainly for the podcasts. Um, just think of it as a little break, a little sabbatical. Aspen and I are taking a sabbatical. um, But yes, I hope that all of you have a very Merry Christmas and a very happy holidays. Um, but yeah, enjoy this uh, shorter podcast about Christmas, about Christmas traditions essentially. Um, Enjoy, and I will see you guys later.
8 nights, 8 nights of Hanukkah, seven, eight, eight,
It's 8 nights of Hanukkah.
8 nights of Hanukkah.
I
I'm on like Hanukkah talk.
think.
I am.
Really?
Yeah, no, I have my like favorite I'm a Jewish mom. This is a day in my life. I have my favorite people that I watch.
Yes.
Miriam, who's a labor and delivery nurse, and I believe her name is I want to say Jenna, but I could be really wrong. But yeah, they both live in New York City, and there's one more, and I can't remember her name for the life of me, and I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, I have my like favorite like Jewish like moms on TikTok that I watch. Because they like teach you how to like make challah. I believe that's what the bread is called.
Yeah.
And like how to like I think there's at least one of them who shows you how to make like latkes, and I've always wanted to try all of those kinds of foods.
Cool.
Because my dad like really stressed in me like it's good to learn other people's cultures, that way you can appreciate, and also that way you can learn something new yourself. If you couldn't tell, my dad was the chiller one of the two of my parents on as far as religion goes. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about that in our seventh podcast.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
your parents or your mother, God, your father, sorry,
Yeah.
your father made you learn about all the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm really thankful because I think that it's something that I don't know. It's not like it's like overwhelmingly helped me, but I think I can understand more of where other people are coming from.
Definitely. So, like I was saying, Hanukkah's Hanukkah's definitely over.
Yeah, that's what we.
I don't know about Kwanzaa or any of the other ones. I just don't know.
Asked me a couple years ago, I could have answered you.
Yeah. Uh, the important one for this time is that Christmas is like the 25th, I think. Unless there's something that comes in between the 22nd and the 25th.
I mean, Christmas Eve, but like that's not really.
Yeah, that's the same like holiday as Christmas Day.
Yeah, but I've always thought Christmas Eve is like its own kind of entity by itself. Well, actually, it's kind of taken over that recently, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah, especially because it's coming. I think it's becoming more important that, like, for people that Christmas Eve that night into like the first half of Christmas Day is the important part. Because if I'm gonna be honest with me, I mean, as a kid, I loved all of it.
Yeah.
But our tradition was Christmas Eve. Each one of us would open one present.
See, yeah, I was an only child, so it was slightly more depressing, but yes.
Well, I'm an only child too.
Oh, everybody in your family did it then?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, not just the child.
It was just the kids.
Yeah, no, all of us did it. So if we did have family down at our house, or we were up at our family, we would have everyone do it.
Oh, I like that. Because we just did, the kids would, and so some years I would like have my cousins to like open one with.
Yeah.
I think we only ever really did that once, maybe twice in my entire life. And then after that, it was just me with like 4 adults because of my mom, my dad, and my mom's parents. So they would just like watch me open the present, and it was just like
watch.
And no, and the thing is, because my grandmother is fancy, we would all go into the formal like sitting room. With like the nice like chandelier that's like crystal and nobody but her can touch, like the tree that is purely for looks, the piano, like, you know, and they're all set there in their evening gowns watching you as you open your present, and it's a little bit a lot, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I love it, and the 2 memories I have of doing it with my cousins, it was really nice because it was like not.
It
wasn't
how do
you like your present,
yeah.
Tyler? Is it great? Oh my God! You should thank the person that clearly gave it to you. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, I want to talk about that in a minute, but continuing, we did everyone that was in the household for Christmas.
I love that.
And then Christmas Day, what we would do is we actually had a tradition where we would do the stockings.
Okay.
Everyone would do their stockings, and even in the stockings, we would go around one by one. Which, as I got older, we kind of gradually switched to everyone just doing it at once because they're such small presents, and a lot of the times it's just like candy or chocolate. So we were kind of like, let's just do this so that all of us do it at once, because they're not really presents where you're like, wow, that's so cool, and you stare at it for 20 minutes.
Thoughtful gift, and I will use this every day for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
Like, it's a toothbrush, deodorant, and some little bath bombs and
So
nice
we eventually
toys.
were just let's just all do it at once to get it over with.
Yeah, because we also used to do that where you would go and pick out one thing every time, and you could only pull out one thing. And then at the end of it, we just dump it, look at it, push it to the side, get to presents.
And then we would actually
became very clinical about it.
Yeah. And then we would, after the stockings, we would actually eat breakfast.
Really?
And then we would go back to doing our presents.
Okay. I like that. You're giving a little nosh.
Yeah.
A little noshy nosh. I like that. See, and what would the breakfast be?
It mostly just be eggs and bacon, your classical eggs, bacon, sometimes pancakes, breakfast and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But then we go back to the presents, and since I wasn't actually I like this for the reason that I was an only child. Every year I was the one who got to hand out presents.
Same. It was the best part, right?
Yes.
And because you're like, oh my God, I know what everyone's getting.
Even when my cousins were over, I will say, out of all the cousins I've had at my house for actual Christmas Day, I've always been the youngest. So I was even when they were over, I was always the one to go to the tree, find a place to stall, and then if it got to the point,
so nice.
If it got to the point where I was picking one person too much, I would even try and go to other parts of the tree to be like, okay, my dad's already got 3 presents, and I know they're gonna say something if it keeps being him. So I'm like, okay, here's my mom.
Okay, so we did it where we would divide it up.
Oh, you would divide it up first?
Yeah. So I would go and I would be like, okay, this is my mom's present, this is my dad's present, this is my grandfather's present, this is my mom's present. Oh, and these are my presents. Alright, I got really elaborate with it. Every year I would build a different structure. So one year I had an igloo, the next year I had a castle,
That's
the next
so
year
cool.
I got really everybody had I think one year I did my mom was a little dinosaur, my grandmother's was a snowman. I got really into it.
That is so cute.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. So that way everybody had their little pile of presents, but it looked nice.
Yeah.
We wouldn't do we would do piles, but we would do like, we wouldn't, like, make anything fancy of it. And then when it was just, like, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, and myself, we would, like, everybody would do, like, get to watch everybody else open one present. But then when my cousins were there and their families were there, we would just do, all right, round one, everybody go. Ooh, look what everybody got. Oh my god, that's fantastic. All right, round two, everybody go. Ooh.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, it became very, like, clinical and just very, like, get it done, get it done.
No, we'd still do even if I had, like, 4 other people, we'd still do the one-by-one present.
See, and I prefer that.
I do it a little faster because as I got older, I started out getting the present, then giving it to the corresponding person, and then waiting and watching them open it. But then I realized after a while, I'm like, that actually really slows me down. So I end up getting, like, a present going to that person, and then while they're opening it, getting other presents going to other people. That way, it kind of just continued with people opening presents.
Yeah. See,
like, I would watch them open it to where it's like I could just see what it is, and then I'd be like, back to treat.
Cool, yeah. See, and I think I would prefer that we almost did it that way, but we haven't had, like, I don't even remember the last time I took part of it in a family Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, when I tell you it's become clinical, I mean, like, we go to my grandmother's, like, so my dad and my grandfather are both over the rainbow, if you will, excuse me. And so, really, we haven't done, like, a proper Christmas since then. And, like, the rest of my family don't give a shit enough to, like, reach out and do anything. Because they've all got their own families and their own things to do. So, like, you know, it's kind of the ones of us that are, like, stuck. So, yeah. But now that I have my own place, I think it'll probably be more of me alone in my little thing with my cat.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I've already ordered everything I'm gonna probably have.
Actually,
on Amazon,
an interesting thing you mentioned was the whole, like, it's not a family Christmas anymore, it's more clerical. Yeah. I just feel like Christmas as a whole is getting more clerical, especially in that aspect, because specifically in my situation, I have split parents, so there's 2 Christmases there that I can do. In the span of, like, you know, Christmas and New Year's, there's those 2, and now I'm throwing Charlie's parents into the mix.
Which is
at least when
nice
he wants to go up there.
Family, but
it
does
is
make it more complicated.
At the same time, I'm going to my mother's for like a week, and then we're going right up to his parents for like 2 days. And that, to me, just more feels like, oh, I'm kind of just going downhill to, you know, have to be with family.
Yeah. And
stuff. And then we're only going up 2 days with his family, which, to be fair, his family is complicated. But it just feels like it's gotten more, okay, I'm going downhill, not because I want to, but because I'm
expected to.
Yeah. I'm expected to be with everyone over Christmas.
Yeah, and I think the people that have been able to say, fuck it, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do for Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Oh my god, I know that it's as simple as just being like, no. But also, like, when, you know, I think we've both been raised where, like, Christmas is a family thing. And you, like, have to show up.
Like,
and pretend like you give a shit about everyone. Which, like, nobody gives a shit about you, honey.
Well, the thing about it, too,
family people don't give a shit.
Even when my parents were divorced and now I'm going to both of theirs, I have to fit time with my mom and my dad in that span of Christmas to New Year's. But now his family, that adds another 3 and another one into the mix. And if Charlie and I really wanted to manage that triangle, we just couldn't do it. That's so much travel.
You would have to schedule it to, like, the second that you say hi to somebody.
Yeah.
To the second that you say bye to them. And, like, all right, rapid fire, What is up with your life? How old are you now? What school are you at? Okay, cool. Bye. Have a great day. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to do it like that, and it's like, that's not what anybody wants to do.
That's not what Christmas is. Christmas is, not spending the day, but spending, like, the whole week or two.
Yeah. It's meant to be a relaxing...
And that's
enjoyable, dare I say.
That's actually one of the things that I've actually loved about Christmas, and Halloween, ironically. But for like Christmas and Halloween, we've made them into month-long holidays, and I love that because before then it was really just the week leading up to Christmas, or if Christmas was on a Monday, Tuesday, it was the week before and then Christmas. Yeah. Up to, and then you would have...
we only put all this shit up just to enjoy it for one day.
And then you would have a holiday season between Christmas Day and New Year's, and then you'd have New Year's.
Yeah.
But I like that we've expanded both Christmas and Halloween into month-long events. I love that spooky season now is not just one day, but it's a whole month.
Yeah.
It's my favorite holiday. I love it.
It is great. And I also think because everybody puts in, I don't want to just decorate for one day of the year. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be like, I want to be too, like, prepared for that. I don't want everybody to judge me because I put them out early or I put them out late or whatever. And it's like, if it's a month long, so long as it's up at some point that month.
Right. Yeah.
You're good.
Exactly.
You can put as much or as little thought into it as you want. Because it's not, like, not to be rude, but the day doesn't have any significance anymore. Yeah. Which I don't think it should, because the entire point of Christmas is Yule, and...
Yeah. And it's not... Yeah, it's become a season now. And I like that it's a season now, and not just the day.
And it's not about some dude born in a fucking manger anymore.
Yeah, that's changed.
He has his place, and like they all have their place, but let's make it more about like friends and family, and instead of like a donkey in a manger. Yeah. And a drummer boy. Although I do like the drummer boy.
The drummer boy. But yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Charlie and I have made a schedule to where like we can only see. So we've made a schedule where it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, and with just Thanksgiving and Christmas. Where we have like
a all the other holidays.
Rotating schedule where like we'll see one person for Thanksgiving, another person for Christmas, and then we'll see the third family for that Thanksgiving, then it'll go back to the first family we saw for that Christmas. And we have that kind of rotating schedule now. And like, I mean, I've told my dad about it, I think. Yeah, I've told my dad about it. I haven't.
So if not, he's about to find out.
I haven't told my mother about it yet.
Can this be how she finds out?
I don't think she watches YouTube, but if she does,
no, I want you to sit her down specifically for this. Can I be there when this happens?
Oh my gosh!
I want to be very not sober when it happens, but I would like to be there. Yes.
Okay. But yeah, we've made that so that we can actually enjoy people on Thanksgiving and enjoy people for Christmas.
See, the way that my family's always done it. It's very similar, but obviously we don't have like a third family to like add into it. But we use 3 holidays.
Wow!
So we do Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas because my family is real big into Easter.
Oh, my dad.
Real big into Easter.
I think my dad every year asks me if I want to come over for Easter, but it's not like a family thing. It's just a.
Oh, it was a family thing for me. And it's probably the reason that I have the issues with Easter that I do. I mean, besides the fact that I was shown Passion of the Christ before I was, like, 3 years old, that probably didn't help with it. Thank you to for that one. And I'm sure if you could actually unmuffle what I said, you would actually hear the actual church that I actually went to.
Maybe. You didn't open your mouth, so...
The world will never know. Would you like me to muffle the pastor's name too?
Shameless plug. We talked about this in the previous podcast. Anyway, yeah, so...
Oh, sorry. I actually thought about Easter a bit too much there.
Yeah, holidays are just more... I feel like holidays more all about what they're supposed to be about now. And, like, spending time with family.
Yeah.
To spend time with family and not spend time with family just because you have to.
See, and I like that, like, Friendsgiving became a thing.
Yes. Yeah, because some people
I'd rather
don't have
fucking hang out with my
that...
friends than my family.
Yeah.
I love my family. Don't get me wrong.
I'm actually not that... I guess it probably ultimately depends on who I'm with, but at the same time, I'm like, neither of my family, at least, is bad enough that I have to go to Friendsgiving. So if I go to a Friendsgiving, it's like an extra Thanksgiving. But
so, like,
it's also fun.
See, it is also because it's fun for me, but it also is because I'd rather do that. I mean, I still go to all of the stuff, but I don't I'm there.
Yeah.
It's free food and drinks. Like, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Yeah.
If you're feeding me edible food, I'm probably gonna show up, and I get to drink for free, and I get some tea that I can spill in the group chat later. Fuck yeah, sign me up, brother.
Can we have a moment on this podcast to acknowledge Kelly Clarkson as an artist?
Who?
Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, please, let's have that moment.
Kelly Clarkson has such a beautiful, natural voice. And actually, if you didn't know yet, I wonder if you know about this. Do you know about the Kelly Clarkson effect?
I do. I've heard of it.
So
in my scrollings on the TikTok,
the Kelly Clarkson effect is you'll have a artist produce a song, and it'll be a hit, and like it'll become a very popular song. But then Kelly Clarkson will cover it one day, and her covers I am willing to say, just because I haven't heard all of them, I'm willing to say probably 98% of her covers get more popular than the original.
Really?
Yes. Just because she's that much of a great artist.
Also, you can scoot more into frame. I realize that
I don't know. It's fine.
Sorry. I was like, I only see half a shoulder. That's interesting. As opposed to, I have all of this space. Well, not really. The wall, spoiler alert, I'm against the wall. There's a desk in front of me, in case you couldn't tell. My feet aren't just, this is not how I hold myself.
We haven't figured out,
this was a little impromptu.
Yeah, this was an impromptu thing.
Let's just say I'm over every now and then for reasons. Just show up every now and then.
So yeah, the Kelly Clarkson effect ultimately makes the whole version of the song more popular than the original.
Well, I'd say let's listen to it, but this is not a live stream. Although we should do that.
Right. Yeah.
Can you imagine this while we live stream?
You know, if we could get people to follow, which I know that these podcasts keep you hooked. You don't know what's coming out of our mouths.
Yeah, this is not the podcast people go to sleep to.
Exactly.
Unless they are just as fucked up as we are, you don't go to sleep to this podcast.
No.
Which is fair, because I probably could fall asleep to this podcast.
In all honesty, I probably could do. Especially the false, like...
Just because it's so random.
True.
And it just goes, and I love it.
I was just saying mostly because we suck, but... You all know we do. I don't know why you follow us.
Because they love our shining personality.
Oh, you have a shiny one.
Wow, fuck both of you.